Hi, Mr. Chairman. My name's Jacob. I'm a freshman in the SFS, and I'm from South Jersey. My question is about rural America. So in order to win in the upcoming election in states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, North Carolina, we need to appeal to rural America. So what are our plans for rural America, and how do you plan to communicate those plans to rural America?
Well, that's a great question, Jacob. And one of the first things we did was to establish and really make much more muscular our rural council. We've got some great people in that. And in order to win elections, you gotta organize in every zip code. And let's go back to Wisconsin, just to give you an example of our success. Our candidate for the candidate the Democrats supported for state Supreme Court won that race. In the last two Supreme Court races, last year and the year before, I think one was decided by 6,000 or 7,000 votes. One was decided by 12,000 votes. In this particular race, the candidate won by 150,000 votes. If you took out Milwaukee and Madison, she still would have won by 30,000 votes, something like that. How did that happen? Well, in Wisconsin, she did really well in Brown County, which is Green Bay. If you're a football fan, home of the Green Bay Packers. She did really well in Racine County, in Kenosha. In the northeast corner of Wisconsin is Marinette County. Held her own there. In order to win, and Tony Evers is the governor of Wisconsin, not simply because he performed well in Milwaukee and Madison, but because he performed well throughout the state. We lost elections because we ignored all too frequently rural parts of states, but we haven't done that anymore. And that is why you look at Michigan in 2018, you look at Pennsylvania in 2018, you look at Wisconsin. I bring those three states up by way of example because we lost all those three states in 16, and we swept all the statewide races in those three states in 2018. And we did so because we had a really aggressive rural engagement strategy. And guess what? People in rural America have pre-existing conditions. People in rural America want broadband. People in rural America understand climate change. People in rural America are getting hammered by the tariffs, the senseless tariffs. 10% of dairy farms in Wisconsin last year went under. And the straw that broke the camel's back was the tariffs. So many rural areas of this country in red states that haven't expanded Medicaid are in huge trouble with coronavirus because their rural hospitals had to shut down because they didn't expand Medicaid. And if you see a hotspot emerge in those areas, they're in huge, huge trouble because they lost their health care. They lost the anchor of their healthcare infrastructure. So I'm proud to organize in rural America because our values, I firmly believe, can command the respect of the majority of voters in rural America. And that's again how we won at scale in 2018 and how we're going to win again in 2020.